guys, how's it going? Today we are going to work on setting up the Christmas tree here in the Hartley, and it is the perfect sort of day to be in here working. Here's a look out of this side of the Hartley. It's been pouring rain on and off today. It's only sprinkling at the moment. Take a look out the other side toward the pond. Not the kind of day you really want to be outside working on anything. I do see a break in the clouds in the distance, so we might end up with sun in here in just a little while. I'm not sure. But I'm so thankful for this space. Oh, all these plants are so happy in here, and it's gonna be a fun tree. Now, I didn't pick up anything new from last year's tree. I'm just gonna kind of set it up the same way I did last year, so there's not a huge difference. I kind of toyed with the idea of not putting the big tree in here, just because I had this succulent planter front and center, like right here in the middle where I typically put the tree, but we scooted it over, and I like it in that spot for now. It's gonna be really tight right in this area once the tree is up. It's not gonna be really a walking path, but we typically lock this door throughout the winter, and we like kind of plug up the bottom there so no cold air can come in or water. And then this area kind of fills up with plants. So I'm not really worried about this area being kind of congested. Huge shout out to Paul and Bethany. They just got through cleaning in here, and I did not ask them to do that. I didn't even know they were going to do that, but I was just inside telling Aaron, like, oh, I'm trying to gear up to go out and set up the tree. Like, I'm excited to set up the tree, but I have so much cleaning to do first. And I was not like excited about the cleaning portion. And I came out here, and they were out here just finishing up, vacuuming the floor. They wiped down everything. It looks so good in here, and they just saved me probably an hour or two this afternoon, and now I get to just do the pleasant part. So huge thank you to Paul and Bethany for that. It's a great surprise. Let's just have a little look around before we get to work, because we really haven't taken a tour through here in a while. We've got a few little cacti here on the windowsill. They seem to be very happy in this location. We've got one of our ivy topiary, which needs a little bit of a haircut, but it looks very happy and healthy. A couple of chairs here. These are the Saybrook, I think that's the name of them, dining chair from Pottery Barn. It's the same chairs that we have over here. We've got a ficus here on the counter with a string of pearls that happened to root in when the string of pearls and that plant used to be side by side on the plant rack that we used to have right in this area. We've got a couple of philodendron here. This is the orange prince, and then that's the caramel Pluto. These could use a little bit of a leaf shine. I might wipe those down. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, we just looked up the name of this one. I can't remember, but it's a nice looking plant. It's very happy. There's my fig. And then we've got, this is the string of pearls right there, along with our succulent planter, which is doing so great. I don't know, has it been like 2 months since we put that together? Everything's kind of settled in, looking really nice. Loving this lavender lady mangave right there. Then we've got our little grouping of plants that we just recently-ish repotted, and that one just took off. It's grown really tall. I think I need to move it. It's right in the way of the heater, our mini split right there along the wall. I might do that. And then over in this corner, we've got a little collection of mangave. This one is Tooth Fairy, I think, and then another lavender lady, and then, is this Bad Hair Day or something like that? Something Hair Day. And then we've got our philodendron, right? Right here. These were all cuttings I took off of another plant that we actually still have in the studio. And they pretty much all rooted, and they look really happy right there. I've got my pumpkin vase still in here from fall. I need to move that out. And then along this side, we have a Florida green philodendron. It's got a really neat leaf shape right there. We've got a couple of eugenia that also could use a little shearing, but they're so happy. I just kind of want to leave them, let them do their thing. I have a little plant rack right here where we've got a bromeliad, a coral colored geranium, some amaryllis from last year. There's a staghorn fern down here, our tapeworm plant, which bloomed and now has all these little weird nubbins all over it. I don't know. Little fern. And then we've got a grape ivy. There's a little myrtle topiary that almost killed, and it's looking pretty good. It has pushed new leaves, thank goodness. Then we've got some amaryllis and some various succulents on this table and a geranium. We've got a begonia right down below, and that one has really done well in here. And then in this corner, I've got all my stuff kind of clustered in here, some cleaning supplies, but we also have a cacti, myrtle, topiary, a few other things in here. Another ivy topiary, which I did recently kind of trim up a bit. It's a lot less congested than the other one. And then down here, I've got supplies in that basket, like some soil and some cleaning supplies, some extra pots. This usually houses a hose, but I stole the hose for the cut flower garden, and I still have some supplies from our dream stream. We had, you know, a coffee station set up out here, so I've got some hot paper cups to donate. And then underneath here, we keep some cleaning supplies, our vacuum, and we've got a little hot water heater under there, and our filter, all that business. I really need to make a new curtain for this. It's got like some, I don't know if those are bleach spots or sunspots. It's all faded. We need to tackle that one of these days. So everything's looking pretty good in here. I do have a few plants right outside. There's one mangave on one side of the door. I think I've got two on this side. Yeah, and the angel wing senecio. So these 3 plants right there need to come in at some point here pretty soon. Oh, and the lemon cypress too. All of those have gone through 23-degree nights though, and they're still looking okay. But this is our project. We've got our Sanibel spruce. It's a 7-foot tree, and it's got candlelight LED lights. And this one is a little bit more gray, like silvery green instead of a deep green. I do have 2 other trees from this company. It's Balsam Hill. They're expensive trees. I never pay full price, so I always wait for a sale. I've got the Biltmore spruce, 2 of those for inside of the house that I picked up. I think I picked one up 3 years ago. The other one I picked up 2 years ago, and then I picked this one up last year, so like 1 a year. But I love the Biltmore spruce. They're such a pretty shape, and they're a really deep green. This one though, it's kind of fun to have a variation. Let's get in here so you can see it. The tree stand has its own little bag. And then it also has, I don't know that my other one, maybe the other one came with it, but there's some replacement bulbs right here. Candlelight replacement bulbs. And some gloves. I've never had a tree that came with gloves. I don't even know why you would use them. There's some other parts too that I don't even know about. I'd have to look up what that tool is right there. I don't know, does it help you take the lights out? And then there's some other random pieces, some screws and little covers, and I don't know. Anyway. See that though? It's much more silvery. So you get a little bit more of that, not flocked, but like getting closer, because some of them are a little bit whiter. That white silver look without the mess of a flock tree. I've never personally been a fan of flock trees. I feel like they're just so messy, and it really detracts from the ornaments to me. That's personal opinion. So let's get the tree set up, make sure all the lights work, and then we can lay out all of our ornaments. Oof. Oh, that's not as wide as I remember it. Yay! I think we're gonna have, well, enough space to at least move around it. At least it's not gonna be cut off completely. The light's turned on. Yes. Oh, there we go. Lights turned on that section too. Oh, the whole tree works. I got this one specifically because it looked, at least in the pictures, and I do feel like it's a little bit more airy. Like these branches come out longer, and there's a lot of room for ornaments so that they don't all kind of like lay on the outside. It's really easy to tuck things in. So I was really happy with that shape. I'm just gonna work on fluffing it for a minute. Doesn't need a lot of fluffing. Oh, it looks so pretty. I actually like the color in here, that kind of more silvery color. It's just kind of a fun, different look for me, from what I'm used to at least. And I'm thankful that I misjudged the size. I just thought it was so much wider. And while the walkway isn't enormous, you can still get around it fairly comfortably. And it's not like we're in here walking around in circles all day. So it's not a big deal. Oh, so much fun. Okay, the next thing we are gonna do is open up our totes and lay out all of our ornaments, because I like to see what I have. Sometimes I can't remember from year to year what I've got. So I like to just put everything in like piles. This is how I store my ornaments, even my glass ones. I just do layer after layer of paper towels. And yeah, like these are glass right here. So this theme is kind of a nature, outdoor sort of inspired tree, and I don't know what my sliced oranges are going to look like this year. I dried some oranges 2 years ago for this tree, and I used the same oranges last year, but sometimes when you store them, after a while they start getting kind of gross looking, so I might have to make new ones. We're going to have to get to those. I can see them at the bottom. They're right down here. The rind looks good, but I don't know about the middle. It might be too dark. Okay, let's get these all unpacked. Being 3 years old, these are not too bad. I'll probably make some fresh ones later, but I'm gonna hang these anyway. Got all the ornaments out and organized. Let's just take a quick look before we start putting them on the tree. So first off, the oranges, which I mentioned, some of them are okay looking, getting a little dark in some spots, and some of them are a little less awesome looking. I might wait till the end. We may not even need these. There's a lot of other beautiful things that we can use, so we'll wait on that. There's these right here. They're so thin, thin glass. Can't remember. I think that these were in a pack of ornaments that my mom got for me. And then, I mean, the initial idea for this tree was to do all glass and like really sparkly things. And then it kind of morphed into more nature stuff. So it's kind of a meld of both, which I kind of love. But we've got different varieties or different types of snowflakes here that are super blingy. I love these. And then we've got some butterflies. I picked these up on one of our shopping trips last year. We've got some kind of more amber gold color snowflakes. I think I got these at the garden center. They're really pretty. Then we've got these highly reflective ornaments. You can see me in them. I usually like to start with this type of ornament first because they're the most weighty. I like to make sure to get them spread equally around the tree, but they're a really pretty color. And then we've got some acorns. These are so cute with the little kind of velvety bottom and the gold top. They're different sizes. And then we've got a menagerie of clear ornaments that have a little bit of detail on them, a little bit of glitter. We've got these couple of ornaments. My parents picked up these ornaments for me when they were, I think, in France one year. They're beautiful. Then we've got some glass birds and owls and our little butterflies, which have little clips on the back. These are so pretty. And I think Monica got me this one maybe last year, maybe the year before, for Christmas. So that's what I have on this counter. And then in this tub, I left all of this stuff because these are a mess. Like, look at the bottom of the tub. I don't know if you can see all the pile of glitter down there, but you just touch these and you get covered in glitter. And then we've got a few out on this table. I love these. These little kind of olivey green pine cones with a little glitter. And then these were sent by Mike in Washington. So a whole bunch of them all wrapped up. They're a perfect color of green for this tree. Then we've got some other clear ornaments. Of course, a bunch of these glass icicles right here, which bring a lot of shine. Lots of light reflects off those. And then these gold glittery ornaments. And there's several of those. And this little pine cone right here. And then these ornaments. This is part of the pack from those real thin glass ones we just saw that my mom got for me. So that's what we're doing on this tree. No ribbon, no topper. I usually just put the ornaments on it and call it good. So let's get this going. I'm gonna actually turn on some Christmas tunes in here and just gonna enjoy it. I do think we are gonna get sun here in not too long. I might have to put the shades back up. All right, we got the tree done. We never got the full-on sunshine, but it looks like the light is trying to peek through just in time for a nice sunset this evening. And I will pop back out here once it's dark out because this tree really does add a tremendous amount of sparkle. I love it. So I need to turn off the chandelier. I typically do that when we have the Christmas tree in here. Now, none of the oranges made it onto the tree, and I don't even really miss them. I just kind of like the subdued nature of all of these ornaments, but there's still a lot of glitz in with all the natural stuff. I'll give you a look from each side. So this is the back of the Hartley facing the front. I think these add so much. I mean, they're not like super colorful, but they're just kind of dripping from all the branches, and it adds so much interest. Okay, let's move this direction. Can't really show you directly from the side. There's my pile of stuff to go inside right there, just because the table's in the way, but there you go. There's all the oranges. And here's the view from the front of the Hartley. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it. It's not like an in-your-face sort of tree with, you know, a bunch of red, and I've got other trees that do that. This one's just so peaceful. Oh, I love the butterfly mirrored with the butterflies out on the edges. And these are just so handy because if you feel like you've got just like a little spot where you need something, you can easily tuck these in. It's kind of how I feel about these really cheap glitter stars you can get in packs of like 10 or 20. And these aren't even hanging. These I just stick in there and they just kind of hold on. Let me find another example, like right in here. Felt like it was a little dark in there, so you just tuck a snowflake in. There's one down in there. I even do that with some of these little plastic balls, like these high glittery plastic balls. These are just tucked in. They're not hanging off of anything. They don't even have a hanger. They just nest down in the branches and create some light down in there. That butterfly to hang right. There we go. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to get the ornaments to hang right. Like this one is kind of laying on the branches. I might try to fix that. Yeah. I don't like it when it looks like the ornaments aren't free hanging, when they're getting hung up by something else. This one might just be a little too heavy. Well, at least it's hanging more straight now. That's better. But like these type of things, if they get hung up on a branch and kind of lay, you know, at an angle, I do not love that. They've got to be straight up and down as much as possible anyway. Oh, but I'm just loving this so much. Now on the bottom here, you can still see the cord. I'll probably bring out a piece of duct tape because it'll sort of match the floor. It'll be nice gray just to cover that so nobody trips on it. And then I just use one of my furry throw blankets from inside as a tree skirt, just kind of puddle it around the middle just to hide the infrastructure. You know, unless you're in here, you don't see that. You're really just seeing a lot of it when you're outside, you know, moving around the structure. So we will come back out here in just a couple of hours to take a look at it when it's dark. All right, guys, here it is at night. Isn't it absolutely stunning? It's just such a beautiful, sparkly, bright spot in this greenhouse. I just absolutely love it. I like the color scheme. I like the shape of the tree. You can see outside we've got more lights going on, which we're gonna give you a tour of here soon. But I just think it's so pretty. I love seeing how all of the different ornaments catch the light. Gorgeous. And here's a look from the front. And here's a look sort of from the other side. I don't want the table to block the bottom half of it. And here is a look from the back. And as always, I wish you guys were standing right here so you could actually see it in person, because oh my word, it is different. I mean, it looks beautiful to me on the camera right now, but even more when you're standing here looking at it. It looks so warm. Love it. And even though we didn't do anything new with this tree, in fact, we subtracted ornaments, not having the oranges in there, I love it. I love it every bit as much as any of the other years we've done it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed being in here today. It was a really nice reprieve from being outside. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.